The primaries are over and all of the general election matchups are finally set. So welcome to this week's Decision Desk HQ 2022 election forecasting model, where we use our proprietary model to forecast the outcome this November of every single seat in the House and the Senate, and of course, which party is going to win the majority in both. I'm Dr. Liberty Vittert, Professor of Data Science, so let's dive into this week's model. So with last week's primaries in Delaware, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island now officially behind us, we've wrapped up this year's primaries and can now look ahead full steam to November, knowing who all the nominees are and therefore the models being about each individual nominee. In the Senate, New Hampshire Republicans nominated retired Don Bolduc. That in and of itself probably wouldn't have moved our rating in the race against Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan. But as we talked about last week, setting the race may lead to a lot more polling. So a lot more people are going to do polls, and it frankly did very quickly. Emerson College is already out with a poll showing Hassan up by 10.5%, and that was enough to move the race from lean Democrat to likely Democrat. But I think we'll see there's more polling in the next week or two, and this could be an outlier, or it could be a realistic portrayal of the race. But if you remember, Maggie Hassan did not win by a lot in 2016. So this week, our model shows the Democrats with a 64.5% chance of holding control in a 50-50 Senate. That's up from a 58% chance last week, and Democrats just keep chipping away. We still have just two toss-up races right now. That's Georgia and Nevada. The DDHQ polling average in those races are Democrat +1 in both races, so they are still toss-ups. But to secure control of the chamber, Republicans need to retain their seat in North Carolina, plus win both of these toss-up races. And obviously the most vulnerable Democratic seats are in Nevada and Georgia, but we also have potential in Arizona. Let's move over to the House. The GOP now has an 80% chance of taking the majority in November, and while that's where we were last week, the Democrats continue to chip away at the Republican lead. So right now we have a mean seat projection of 230 Republican seats and 205 Democrat seats, which is also precisely where we were last week. So overall, we have a status quo this week in the House, but remember that general overall trend. We have 13 House races listed as toss-ups and another 21 listed as leaning one way or the other. I think one super interesting race to take note of in the toss-up category is Alaska's at-large seat. There's only one poll post-primary in the race, and that shows Democratic Congresswoman Mary Peltola up by 6 points over Republican Sarah Palin. Alaska, though, is like a notoriously hard state to poll, and the ranked choice voting system they use makes it significantly harder. But it's certainly a race to watch this coming election. That's going to do it for this week. But remember, if you're enjoying these videos, please give it a like and then subscribe to our channel and sign up for notifications. If you have any questions you'd like us to address in a future video about our forecasting or modeling in general, just leave them in the comments below and we will do our best to answer them. I answer them, we answer them, so please leave your comments. And until next week, I'm Dr. Liberty Vittert, Professor of Data Science. Thank you so much for watching.